We are discussing about statistics. So what we have discussed was mean, median, mode, and we also found out that what is the problem. Then we did this mean deviation. So we have range, quartile deviation, then mean deviation and standard deviation. So the fourth one, and very important one, standard deviation we are going to take. That is the measure of dispersion from the central tendency, central value, how varied, scattered the other data values are. So we are going to discuss today about a very important concept in statistics, which is standard deviation. It can be mean, it can be median. So standard deviation can be found out about mean also and median also. Before that, the word come is very important, is variance, and from this variance only this standard deviation is computed. So the variance of say some variate x, this is the arithmetic mean of the squares of all deviation from x or of x from the arithmetic mean of the observation and is denoted by var x or sigma square. It can be arithmetic mean or it can be median. So the distance or the difference of all the values from this arithmetic mean, the square and then the sum of that square is going to be sigma square. Sigma square is the variance. So basically sigma square, if we underroot it, take the square root of variance, variance is sigma square. Please remember sigma square is variance, that is called the standard deviation. That is standard deviation. But the positive square root of the variance is known as standard deviation, denoted by sigma. So we talked about similar to mean deviation, we can calculate the variance and standard deviation first for individual observation, second for the discrete frequency distribution where actual frequencies are given for the data values, and third is the continuous or grouped frequency distribution. That is, we will have a class, and for each class what is the frequency values, this will be continuous or group frequency distribution. The first one is the variance. Basically, if you compute a variance, you will be able to find out standard deviation easily. So variance, let us assume that we have certain data values, and these are random data values, these are individual observation from x1 to xn. There is no frequency, there is no class also. It's a random data, it's just normal data. So in order to find out the variance, what do? We will have a formula. I'll just write the formula directly. The formula is like this. Variance x is 1 by n, the values, how many numbers are there. Then we have sigma xi whole square, that is xi minus capital X. This capital X is simply, the bar is arithmetic mean. So the all values difference with the arithmetic mean, then you square it, then you add it from 1 to n. This is the most basic formula for variance. Let us make it more shorter. If I open it using a minus b whole square and apply this sigma, the final outcome of this particular variance will be, I'm just writing the formula, this is the same formula, just for the computation purpose it will be easy. 1 by n, sigma we have, all the values x, xi, add them, square them and add them. Then minus 1 by n, and now sigma of xi, that is add all of them. Then you have to square all of them. Here first only xi square, here whole sigma xi by n whole squared. This is the formula of variance. There is one more formula, third formula. So these values, say there are 10 values. Now it can be 100, it can be 200, it can be multiple values. We don't know. So the computation will be very tedious. Like, okay, the calculation of variance from this formula will be very tedious and time consuming. So we'll find out di just to make it easy. We'll assume any value as arbitrary assumed mean, any value. I'll show you in the example. So this is the arithmetic mean. We assume it. This capital A is not the arithmetic mean actually. We just assume it. So this is an assumed mean, right? So this, all the values, just take the middle one. If you'll see in the example. So any in between value of the data, you can take it as assumed value. So di will be xi minus a. What will be the formula? The final formula of using this of variance is 1 by n. You have sigma. In place of xi, please put di, and this is whole square. And this is from I equals 1 till n. Here also you have same thing. Small n, it will be capital N. That is sigma f, or not sigma f. There is no frequency. Sorry. Capital N is just the number values. It's small n only. Just to give a different flavor, we are writing it as sigma di whole square. But di is only xi minus a. So we have a random data. If you want to find out the variance, say we have to find out variance and standard deviation. Now let us directly jump to a solution. Okay, let us assume that we have marks of 5 students. The marks are given. We have to find out the variance and standard deviation. And this is a random data. These are individual observation. So we will try to find out or use the formula, which is the basic formula here. And then you will see that the basic formula works very good for the small number of values. But it won't work so easily for a larger chunk of value. So what you will do? First you have to find mean. Just add them, add all of them. So when you add 8, 12, 13, 15, 22, that is going to be divided by 5, this 5 will be 40. Okay. So it will be basically 70, addition will be 70. So you have 14 x bar, which is actually the mean of these values. So once you have got the mean, what is the formula? As I told you earlier, let us write it in the table form. Xi, these are the values being given, individual values. So first thing you have to do is xi minus x bar. Xi minus x bar. That is, subtract every element by 14 because you have already found out the mean x bar. Now you see there is no modulus. There is no absolute sign. There is no modulus. Now let us subtract it now. 8 minus 14 is minus 6. 12 minus 14 is minus 2. 13 minus 14 is minus 1. 15 minus 14 is 1. And 22 minus 14 is 8. What about xi minus x bar whole square? Just square it. Minus 6 whole square is 36. This is all square I'm writing. 64, 864. Now you have to add them. All of these you add them. Sigma xi minus x bar whole square. Just add them. So you get 106. When you add this, what is the value of n? N is 5. 5. So I told you about the formula also. Variance was, if you remember, it was by 1 by initial formula, 1 by n. Initial formula, the basic formula. And as I told you, this is not very much used, but still we need to know how to do this. Because if small values are there, why not to involve this formula? It's 1 by n sigma xi minus x bar whole square. This already we found out. This is 106 and n is 5. So 106 by 5, and that is going to be 21.2. And this 21.2 is variance. But what is variance? Variance is basically sigma square. So in order to find out sigma, that is the standard deviation, just take a square root of variance. So take the square root of this one. That is square root of 21.2. That is going to be 4.604. So don't worry about the numbers, just think about the steps. So this we have already done. Now coming to the more important thing here is that now we are dealing with larger numbers and larger values. We don't use this formula so often. So we have to do this di equals xi minus a kind of solution. This also you can use. Assume mean is the better method. So when you have actual problem, we will use this DI version. D equals x minus a version for each and every value. This I subscript is for 1, 2, 3, like how many values we have. So let us see the actual example of this. Let me just go directly to the one problem. So let us assume that we have to find out the variance and standard deviation. And here the assume mean method we are going to use. So the scores of a batsman in 10 matches are given like this. We have to compute the variance and standard deviation. This method, if you are finding out the variance and standard deviation, this method is quite easier to work with if you are dealing with the individual observation. Not with frequency, not with the class interval. We are just talking about individual observation. So whenever we have frequency, we'll go for some other formula. Whenever class values are given, we'll use another formula. This is just for individual observation. Okay, so these are 10 values. We will use the assume value method here. So let me just write it in the form of table. But before that, you can assume any number as assume mean. But if you see, the lowest value is 63, 34, and the highest value is 70. So if I just take a middle value, it will be around 50, I guess, 48, 50. So better is to always take a middle value of highest and lower, whichever is there. So I think 48 is the best one. If you arrange it in ascending order, you will see 48 will come in between. You can take any value. There is no restriction, okay? But if you choose a very good or the ideal assume mean, the computation will be very easy. Okay, these are big numbers, these are 10 numbers. Now you will see how easy it will be by this assume mean method. So these are the values I am writing now in the form of table. These are 10 values, 38, 70, 48, 34, 42, 55, then 63, 46, 54, 44. Right. Now these are the values being given. This is the question. Now I am trying to find out. Now here our computation start. Di is xi minus a. That is, you have assumed 48 as the assumed mean. Now subtract each value. 48 has to be subtracted from each value. So 38 minus 48 is what? Minus 10. 70 minus 48 is what? That's 22. All these values I am writing. 0, minus 14, minus 6, 7, 15, and minus 2, 6. Again 44 minus 48 is minus 4. Now you have to square it. This is di whole square. So when you square it, what do you get? You have this, I'm just squaring it. 10 is 100, and 7, 7, 49, 15, 15 is 25, or 225, and 4, 36, 16. Now di whole square, you have to add them. Sigma di square you have to find out. That is 1146. Sigma di also you have to find out. So it will be addition of this one. And mostly the plus and minus will cancel out, only 14 will remain. How many numbers are there? What is the value of n? How many numbers are there? 10 numbers are there. So n is 10 here. Sigma di is 14. And sigma di whole square. Whenever I am saying I am talking about a subscript, okay? It's not di, it's d subscript I. So variance will be what? 1 by n sigma di whole square minus 1 by n sigma di and this whole of square. So let us put the value. This will be 1146 divided by 10 minus 14. This is 14 and this is 10 and whole square. So this is 112.64 and that is going to be variance. Now variance, remember, it's equal to sigma square. So sigma will be what? Underscore of 112.64 and that is going to be 10.61. Clear? This, what I told you, is the variance or standard deviation when individual observation is given. So what we are going to do in the next discussion is variance of a discrete frequency distribution. That we are going to take in the next discussion. Let me tell you, we are going to find out the variance when it is not individual observation, but there will be values and frequencies are also given. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.